At the edge of the world, where mountains bite the sky and storms learn their names, Patagonia begins. Here sleeps the southern Patagonian ice field, the largest ice mass outside the poles in the southern hemisphere, breathing with the wind like a living thing. Every crack is a century speaking, every gust an anthem of raw time. This is Patagonia in 4K, wild, cinematic, untamed. Welcome to Beyond Realms, where travel is reimagined and journeys become stories. They call it the land of endless wind, a kingdom carved by ice and time itself. Patagonia, where the southern hemisphere's largest ice field stretches across two nations, shimmering beneath skies that feel closer to heaven. The southern Patagonian ice field covers more than 13,000 square kilometers, a frozen heart that holds nearly 1/3 of all the fresh water in South America. Here, glaciers move not in seconds, but in centuries. When the ice breaks, it's not a sound. It's a memory of the Earth remembering itself. Every crack echoes through mountains older than language. The winds of Patagonia can roar above 120 kilometers per hour, fierce enough to bend trees, sculpt rocks, and humble anyone who dares to stand still. And yet, amid that power there is silence. A silence so complete it feels like truth. In that stillness, you understand this is not the end of the world. It's the beginning of wonder. Beneath these vast glaciers lies an unseen world. Rivers of ice melt carving blue caves, feeding emerald lakes like Lago Argentino and Lago Viedma. Every drop travels through time before reaching the sea. From the granite spires of Torres del Paine to the mystical peaks of Monte Fitzroy, Patagonia stands as a monument to Earth's wild perfection. Few places remind us so powerfully that the planet is alive. The glaciers breathe, the wind speaks, and somewhere in that echo, you find yourself listening. But beneath this frozen empire, the Earth still burns. Patagonia is a land of opposites, ice above, fire below. Here rises Ojos del Salado, the highest active volcano on Earth, standing 693 meters above sea level. Even now, its crater breathes heat through the snow, proof that creation never sleeps. Across the border, the cones of Osorno and Calbuco pierce Chilean skies, perfect symmetry born from chaos. Locals call them the guardians of the lakes. These volcanoes feed the soil that feeds the forests. And in those twisted beech trees of Tierra del Fuego, life clings sideways to the wind, a defiance written in green. Patagonia is not empty, it's alive. From Magellanic penguins waddling along the coasts, to southern right whales breaching near the Valdez Peninsula, to sea lions basking like kings of stone. Each creature here has adapted to extremes, to ice, wind, hunger, reminding us that resilience is not noise, it's quiet persistence. When you stand before these forces, ice cracking, lava sleeping, you begin to understand. Survival and beauty have always been the same story. Maybe that's why Patagonia feels sacred, because it mirrors the balance inside us, our calm and our chaos, our cold and our fire. At the far southern tip of South America lies Ushuaia, the last city before Antarctica. They call it El Fin del Mundo, the end of the world. Beyond this harbor, nothing but ocean and silence. The winds here have circled the globe, untouched, unchanged, carrying whispers from continents long forgotten. It's said that Patagonia begins where the road ends. For explorers, sailors, and dreamers, this was never a boundary. it was a beginning. Every step south brings you closer to isolation, but also to understanding. In these vast spaces, stripped of noise and haste, you discover how little you need to feel alive. For thousands of years, the Tehuelche and Yamana peoples called this wilderness home. They moved with the seasons, following the guanaco, reading the sky like a compass written in stars. To them, Patagonia wasn't harsh. It was sacred. Every gust of wind, every wave, every cry of a bird was part of a living language. And even now, modern travelers come here searching for something ancient, a silence that doesn't frighten you, but heals you. When you stand at the edge of the world, it isn't fear you feel, it's freedom. Because out here, there's no past, no future, only this breath, this wind, this moment. There's a stillness in Patagonia that speaks louder than any city on Earth. A silence that doesn't demand attention, it simply reminds you that the world is ancient and that we are young. Scientists say Patagonia's winds and glaciers hold stories millions of years old, trapped bubbles of air inside the ice, tiny moments of time when mammoths still roamed the plains. And yet, this frozen kingdom is changing. In the past 50 years, Patagonia's glaciers have retreated by more than 2 kilometers, their meltwater swelling the very lakes they once created. But nature is not ending. It's adapting. Like the people of these lands, who rise each morning beneath mountains that shift and winds that never rest, Patagonia teaches resilience, the art of continuing no matter the weather. This region remains one of the most untouched on Earth. Over 50 protected areas, national parks, reserves, and marine sanctuaries now guard Patagonia's fragile ecosystems. Wildlife conservation here isn't just about saving species, it's about protecting the idea that wildness still exists, that somewhere beyond noise and screens, the planet still breathes freely. And perhaps that's why Patagonia stays with you, because when you leave, you carry more than memories. You carry perspective. You begin to see that peace was never somewhere else. It was always inside you. Every whisper of wind across these plains, every ripple on these glacial lakes, is a reminder that we are guests here, brief visitors in an eternal story. Patagonia is not a destination. It's a conversation between earth and soul, a lesson that beauty isn't what you see, but what you feel when you finally stop to listen. And so, as the winds of Patagonia fade into silence, something inside you stays awake. Because what begins as a journey across a map often ends as a journey within. You realize that travel isn't about escaping life. It's about remembering it. The touch of the wind, the weight of the mountains, the language of stillness, they all whisper the same truth, that this world is not outside of us, it's a part of us. Maybe that's why we travel, not to collect places, but to reconnect with meaning. To stand somewhere so vast, it reminds us how small we are, and how beautiful that is. Because no matter how far we go, from the icy fjords of Chile to the golden plains of Argentina, we're not searching for new lands. We're searching for new eyes. Patagonia doesn't just show us the edge of the world, it reminds us that there's no edge at all, only endless possibility waiting beyond the horizon. This has been Beyond Realms, a journey reimagined, where stories live, where places breathe, and where every horizon leads to another dream. If this journey moved you, share it, because maybe someone out there needs to see that the world is still full of wonder. Subscribe, join the story, and let's keep exploring together. Until the next journey, keep your heart open, your feet curious, and your soul in motion. Some journeys don't end where the road does. They linger. In the silence, in the breath, in the spaces between heartbeats. Patagonia reminds us, the earth is still alive beneath our feet, whispering for us to listen, to protect, to feel. Maybe that's what travel really is, not escaping the world, but finding the courage to love it a little more.